Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here. Well, by now you are well aware that the IG report, the Inspector General report, has been released, and the corrupt dealings with James Comey, Andrew McCabe, and others are starting to surface. Well, I've done a complete breakdown of everything, and I've got so many notes here to share with you that are not being shared by the mainstream media, or rather, the mainstream media is talking about the IG report, but what they are saying is there was no political bias. Well, they're also saying that nothing is done wrong here and let's just push it all under the rug. Well, what I have to show you in today's report is going to prove quite the opposite. Yes, there was a political bias, and yes, James Comey needs to go to jail, in my opinion, along with multiple others. He's committed treason on the highest account, and even agents underneath him that I believe should testify against him. But what the mainstream media is attempting to tell you is, well, just a pack of lies, because there's so much more in this report. Well, for starters, let's focus on James Comey. Now, we know James Comey was fired in May of 2017. Well, we also know that he had and dealt with the investigation onto Hillary Clinton's emails. Well, we know from the get-go, and I've shared on my channel, that he had a bias. He loved Hillary Clinton and was all for the Hillary Clinton campaign. We know that from the get-go. How do we know that? Well, here's a few points. James Comey wrote his final report, or basically cleared Hillary Clinton 2 months before he completed his investigation, meaning he had 2 months left to investigate, but yet he had already cleared her in the public eye. Not only that, but he didn't even interview her by the time he had cleared her. I mean, that is a bias from the get-go, saying, hey, I don't believe you've done anything wrong, even though my investigation isn't complete. You're already clear, meaning he already had plans in the making to clear her above and beyond. Not only that, but Comey's agents, Lisa Page and Peter Strzok, who are lovers, shared text messages between each other that will reveal a very negative bias towards President Trump. Now, I've talked about text messages between these two in prior videos, but more of these messages are beginning to surface. Like this one, for example. One, Lisa says to Peter, Trump's not going to be president, right? And Peter very vividly says, no, he won't. We will stop it. This is 100% bias, especially for Peter Strzok, who is working not only on the fake Russian investigation, but also was one of the lead people in the Hillary Clinton email scandal. So if you have this bias towards one versus the other, then you can guarantee that there's some things happening behind the scenes. This is the deep state being exposed. Now, there were multiple emails between the two, but there was also another email between other agents. And here's what this one had to say. These are agents under James Comey. But one said, and I quote, "Is it making you rethink your commitment to the Trump administration?" The other says, "Hell no. Viva la resistance." Basically meaning we're going to resist Donald Trump no matter what. And this was various people within Comey's agency who are showing a very big bias toward the President of the United States of America. It is very obvious that Comey broke DOJ and FBI protocol while handling the Hillary Clinton case. Well, one other message that I wanted to show you from Peter Strzok, it's a text messages, there's a lot, but one other one was this, where he sent a message that you get all our innocuous lures approved. Now, innocuous means basically outside of the US. Lures is your FBI term for an FBI returned spy, so spies within the FBI. And he's specifically mentioning that and these kinds of spies within the Trump administration. So it's very obvious by that text messages that they've placed spies within the Trump administration. Meanwhile, what does the ultimate conclusion of the entire report say? That there is no political bias by James Comey. I don't know about you, but I think there is definitely a case to be had here. There is definitely a bias, especially with agents in his office. Not only that, but James Comey also broke protocol when he, used an FBI or used a private server just like Hillary Clinton for his personal email, specifically a Gmail account, as you can see on the screen. He used this account for FBI business. All the while, he told his employees not to follow suit. Why do you feel the need to tell your employees not to do something, Mr. Comey, while you're doing it all along? The only conclusion in the end was that James Comey, well, is insubordinate. And that's it. No crime, no punishment, no jail time, nothing. Just a simple insubordination and a smack on the hand, if you will, because he's already been fired from the agency. But in my case, or in my belief, I believe there should be jail time for someone. There's so much corruption coming at us from every angle. Some things are going unnoticed that really shouldn't. Now, another thing that was revealed in the IG report was information on President or former President Barack Hussein Obama, who now it is coming out that he lied to the American people. Well, how did he lie? Check out this report, and this is from a 2015 report on the New York Times, and it's headlined, Obama says he didn't know Hillary Clinton was using a private email address. He found out when everybody else did. What that basically means is in 2015, Barack Obama came on mainstream media and said, I know nothing of her emails. Well, according to the IG report, on the other hand, Obama was one of 13 individuals with whom Clinton had direct contact using her email account. So if you didn't know Barack Obama, apparently you're a liar because you lied to the American public all the while you had access to her email, one of 13 people. That's also a bombshell in and of itself. Now, how about Andrew McCabe? Well, Andrew McCabe, check out this report on the screen where he is suing the FBI and DOJ for failing to provide information as to why he was fired 2 days before he retired. Well, that's just added into the IG report, but let's remember that Andrew McCabe was fired because, well, he leaked information to the press. Not only that, but his wife accepted money, donations from, well, a Clinton ally. He should have recused himself from the investigation altogether, and now he's on some suing rampant. All the while, there's evidence against him and evidence to convict him. Now, I like Jeff Sessions' words on this. Check out this report on foxnews.com. Sessions warns IG report on Clinton email case could lead to more firings. I don't know about you, but I certainly hope that it leads to more firings. In a nutshell, here is my breakdown. James Comey definitely had a political bias. Lisa Page, Peter Strzok definitely had a bias. Other agents within the FBI and DOJ had a bias against Trump. Getting Hillary Clinton exonerated, getting her cleared was part of their agenda all along. Regardless, had she committed any crimes, the ultimate endgame was to clear Hillary Clinton, who, by the way, I believe paid people under the table in order to get that accomplished. Just my personal take. Not only that, but Obama, I'm sure, met with many of them because he knew about the email in advance. And now the IG report reveals that. Obama, you have some explaining to do about lying to the American public. Anyhow, I'd love to get your thoughts and comments on this. I'm sure more information will surface as the day goes on, but we've got 600 pages of information to go through, so keep your eyes open. And thanks again for tuning into my channel. And please don't forget to check out my partner at Noble Gold Investments. Convert your 401ks into a solid Roth IRA to make sure you are stable for those economic times. Well, thanks again. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.